Huh? Huh?
You finally figured it out? That was faster than I thought.
Before we start working together, there's something I need to ask.
Go ahead.
Have you or Nanto investigated the cause of Lana's lack of computational power?
Ah, that's your worry. When Lana's computational power dips, it usually means she's either performing system upgrades or that Anchor Infinity has initiated another large-scale project, like discovering a new mine or designing a spacecraft. After cross-referencing my intel with Nanto's, we believe Lana's current shortage of computing power is connected to the Anchor Infinity's secret new Project Arc.
New Project Arc? What's that?
What else do you think? A new human habitat.
I think Hipper mentioned this before I got to the Brighton Zone.
Rumor has it that Anchor Infinity is constructing new habitats. I've been hearing about it since work on the passages began. I suspect it's just surface-level work preparing for your arrival.
What's your evidence? Do you have proof this habitat project doesn't exist?
All of the Kailian habitats were discovered by the fleet. If this project is consuming that much of Lana's processing power, it's likely a large-scale habitat, enough to sustain at least 500,000 residents. However, in the Hope Fleet's navigation log, there are no habitats of such magnitude capable of terraforming.
Want to hear my idea?
You've got my attention.
I suspect Lana is undergoing an unprecedented upgrade. Tell me, how much do you know about the explosion 50 years ago?
Keep it short. I flunked history class.
The explosion 50 years ago was a man-made accident, triggered by Gestos, a dimensional quantum supercomputer. A normal AI cannot be classified as a dimensional supercomputer. Only those with special technical upgrades qualify. Gestos was successfully modified by humans using Omnium technology.
You think Lana's tapping Zeronium for an upgrade?
So, about Zeronium.
It's Omnium, right?
You've known all along?
I don't think it's a secret to Kailo's technical staff. It's just that Kailo isn't ready to face it. So they only call it the similarity of energy fluctuations.
I thought the Kailians were kept in the dark.
As I just said, only the technical workers know about this. The average Kailians have no idea how Zeronium works, so of course they wouldn't know about it.
So, how do you know that?
My dream was never to be a commander or a captain. Hipper and I were different. I studied spaceship design at the NOVA.
So, how did you become the commander of the Hope Fleet?
I initially worked in the fleet's engineering department. At that time, Anchor Infinity was poised to absorb Apex and had begun to interfere in the internal affairs of the Hope Fleet. One day, while I was drafting blueprints for a new spaceship,
You designed the blueprints?
I detect a hint of mockery in your voice. Do you really think I'm the type to be trapped in a dusty office drawing blueprints?
Of course not.
I can't blame you for not realizing. After so many years, I've long forgotten where the blueprints I drew are gathering dust. In short, I came across several renewed shipbuilding contracts, and the partners had all become Anchor Infinity. The new terms state that Anchor Infinity is also responsible for the spaceship's navigation systems. This meant Anchor Infinity's strategy to weaken the Hope Fleet was already taking effect. If my spaceship can't travel to the deepest reaches of the universe and is just a transport for Anchor Infinity, then what's the point?
I bet you wouldn't want to see Lana successfully complete her upgrade. She controls the navigation systems on all your spaceships. This upgrade is unlike any other. If Lana successfully upgrades using Omnium, the dimensional supercomputer could take over the Tower of Fantasy. But if that blows up in our faces, we could see a repeat of the tragedy from 50 years ago. At that point, everything the Kailians have poured 50 years into will be rendered meaningless.
If your guess is correct, how much longer do you think we have left?
If this upgrade plan really exists, you can work out how long Lana's been crippled by low computational power.
Then we'd better beat the clock. I plan to make my move during the first formal negotiation, and to get things rolling, we have a lot to prep. I've arranged for you to meet Rafa, and there'll be a scheduled press interview with both of you. Rafa will confirm your identity to the Kailian people, so play along.
Greetings, Mr. Rafa. I'm the diplomatic representative sent by Ida Hykros. We met previously at the Homecomer Assembly. I trust you remember?
My sincerest apologies. I was unwell and regret that I couldn't personally receive you last time. I sincerely apologize for the injustice you suffered. Minister Nanto, who was responsible for your wrongful imprisonment, has been demoted and had his pay reduced. I will have him apologize to you in person.
Mr. Rafa, are you telling me that Nanto is the only one responsible for everything I've suffered?
Yes, General Veronica explained everything to me in detail. Luckily, she happened to be indisposed. Otherwise, this misunderstanding would have been hard to clear up. We should all thank her.
Without her, the Kailo droids would have swarmed and killed me. I am deeply grateful that she happened to get sick and returned to the Brighton Zone with such perfect timing. Now that you mention illness, I heard that while I was imprisoned, my assistant Shirley was taken into Helix Bio Inc. for treatment after she had trouble adapting to the space-time turbulence. May I ask when her treatment will be completed?
Don't worry. Helix Bio's medical capabilities are top-notch. Miss Shirley will be back on her feet before the negotiations are over.
Then, to make sure she recovers fast, we need to push the negotiations forward.
Looks like you're a bit impatient. Don't worry. The negotiation prep is already well underway. Before the preparations are complete, why don't you explore the Brighton Zone? It will help you gain a better grasp of Kailo, which could be beneficial for the negotiations.
I feel that after the Homecomer Assembly and my time in prison, I've gotten a pretty good sense of Kailo.
Mr. Rafa, you must attend the Anchor Infinity Zeronium quarterly summary meeting in 15 minutes.
Ah, I'm really sorry. I've been feeling under the weather lately and it has delayed a lot of my work. My schedule is just too hectic. Let's take a photo first. Mr. Reporter, mind giving us a hand?
All right, you two, eyes over here.
You never cease to amaze me. You've driven Mr. Rafa right to the edge, and now he's ordered me to deliver next week's negotiation schedule to you as soon as possible.
At most, I'm merely a megaphone. I make it impossible for him to feign ignorance. Cornering Rafa is the Kailian people's shared desire.
In our previous meetings, I repeatedly asked Rafa to restore my contact with Hykros, but he always came up with an excuse to deny the request. This negotiation is just him finally running out of excuses. The process is bound to be full of friction, and it's likely we won't even reach a final agreement.
Yeah, he's been dragging his feet, but what's he really after?
This.
We have been in space for 50 years, and every Kailian longs for a home rich with greenery and life. Anchor Infinity has never forgotten the future we promised. Today, I can finally announce that the new human settlement, Planet Noah, will be ready in 3 months. The new generation Kailo immigration project, New Project Ark, officially launches today. Any Kailian is eligible to start their immigration applications via Anchor Infinity's credit system. Planet Noah will be governed by the artificial intelligence Lana and a new generation of humanoid droids. No one will need to bear the heavy burden of production, and the Kailians will achieve true liberation. On Planet Noah, you can let Lana handle everything and enjoy complete freedom. The first batch of immigration quotas.
Is Lana's upgrade complete?
Not yet. According to the intel, Lana's upgrade is also part of the Planet Noah transformation project. The recent computing power shortfall was probably diverted to push Planet Noah toward completion. About that fancy dimensional quantum supercomputer idea you brought up, I think it's the wrong direction. If the target of the transformation is Planet Noah, a lack of computing power isn't surprising.
So it takes until today for you to mention that the habitat in the new Project Ark is Planet Noah. You hid key intel from me.
You've got it wrong. I've heard of Planet Noah's transformation plan, but there's no proof that the habitat in the new Project Ark is Planet Noah. No sane Kailians would think Planet Noah is the next big habitat. When I first heard about it, I thought it was just the wild ideas of Anchor Infinity's incompetent executives. Before I saw today's press release, I never considered there might be a connection between the transformation of Planet Noah and the new Project Ark. I'd always...
Alright, if it were me, I also wouldn't be able to link the two directly. But first, did Anchor Infinity really succeed in transforming Planet Noah?
I can't say either way. There are no humans on that planet, only a ton of droids Lana sent there. So I have no way to obtain any solid intel. Lately, all the rumors are coming from a few companies involved in manufacturing droids and spaceships. According to Helix Bio Inc., the droids haven't only transformed the harsh environment of planet Noah, they've also collected a vast number of samples from the native species of this region of space.
Wait a sec. Before you dive deeper into the discussion, could you give me a quick rundown on Planet Noah?
Slow down a bit while visiting the Kailo Expo Hall. Even though Anchor Infinity embellished a bunch of stuff, it's still quite useful. Planet Noah is the largest planet nearest to us. Back then, the space station was sucked in by its gravitational field after the Omnium explosion, sending the station crashing into countless asteroids. Post-event analysis shows the explosion's energy only acted like a slingshot, launching the space station to this location. In fact, over 80% of the damage was caused by secondary impacts with the asteroid belt. The Kailians initially intended to move to Planet Noah, but they discovered that the area was not only rife with space-time turbulence, but also an astral hive stronghold. With no other choice, they had to modify the space station.
So, the Kailians have been transforming Planet Noah for 50 years?
If only we needed time, things would be easy. Space-time turbulence and astral hive have always been the toughest nuts to crack for Kailo's scientific community. Any research outcomes in these two fields almost always come with a deadly price.
But I still can't wrap my head around what exactly makes transforming Planet Noah so difficult.
Space-time turbulence has always been Kailo's biggest headache when it comes to space exploration. But for the astral hive, the turbulence is like a nesting tunnel, a natural habitat. Planet Noah is swamped with space-time turbulence and home to the astral hive. Given the Kailians' current understanding of space-time turbulence, trying to mess with it would be a death wish. To prevent the astral hive there from using the turbulence to launch sneak attacks on human settlements, Kailo burned through vast amounts of zirconium and other resources to wreck that barrier visible to the naked eye.
So, you suspect the new Project Ark's claim that it successfully transformed Planet Noah is bogus?
Bottom line, transforming Planet Noah and carrying out a mass migration are impossible. Rafa is essentially leading all the Kailians straight to their doom.
Maybe we should keep it simple. His public immigration plan might just be a tactic to manage the public opinion against me. Once he deals with me, this plan could easily get scrapped.
I thought so too, but I did some digging on the side. Even Anchor Infinity's top executives firmly believe this immigration plan is legit. In fact, many high-ranking officials are plotting ways to tamper with the immigration application function of the credit system so that they and their families get first dibs on moving.
Something's definitely fishy. Why not check in with our most enigmatic prisoner?
Is it him? If we want to get to him, we'll have to bring him to the brain interface.
Maybe they teamed up to save him back then for this exact moment.
Who are you talking about?
He's the old man who lives alone in a small room and has forgotten who he is. His real name is Krog Hans. He's Lola Han's adoptive father.
He's still alive?
The records state that he is indeed dead, but the body belonged to another inmate. This ruse was orchestrated by General Andrea and Aserada.
Andrea?
He's my father, and the former fleet commander. Anchor Infinity took advantage of his retirement to seize control of Brighton Prison. That's why he made me swear to protect Krog Hans at all costs. I took back control of Brighton Prison partly for Krog Hans. My father said that if I want to take down Anchor Infinity, I'll need to use his influence.
Even if the real Krog Hans is still alive, does he have a clue about the new Project Ark? And I saw him in prison. He wasn't exactly lucid.
So, If we want to squeeze anything out of him, we'll have to risk connecting him to the brain interface.
With Lana's surveillance in place, we'll need your help to pull this off.
Krog Hans, if I remember correctly, he was Wednesday. No, he was the first leader of the Icarus Legion. If he's really alive, that would be a major deal for the Kailians, wouldn't it?
Well, at least for Carrot, this won't be a trivial matter.
I'm coming with you. I need to verify his identity and do everything I can to keep him safe.
I'll give you the prison guard's pass. You and Nanto will interrogate him. It has to be under the radar. The prison is Lana's territory. And you know what to do.
For his safety, I've already administered Neurocom. You can start now.
What should we do?
How would I know? How did you fool Lana's medical monitoring system to bust out of prison?
Tell me, how does the brain interface aid your interrogations?
All we need to do is tell Lana what information we need. She'll find a way. But obviously we can't rely on her right now. Which is where you come in.
All right. Could you please step aside for a bit?
Looks like some kind of tech secret from Hykros. All right, I'm going to rest next door for a bit. Come find me when you've got results.
He's in bad shape.
Even inside the brain interface, there's really no way?
It'll be difficult if you try talking to him directly, but I can sort through his remaining memory. Maybe we'll find something.
First, are we sure it's really him?
He's really Krog Hans. I saw the founding members of the Icarus Legion, and a teenage Lola Hans. He also saw Veronica as a child, Aglaia all grown up, and an elderly Asurada. And little Nanto, face covered in ice cream.
Focus. We need memories related to Planet Noah and the new Project Ark.
Age has caused his brain and its functions to deteriorate. With his years of brain interface torture, his accessible memories are in complete chaos. The human brain isn't a search engine. You can't just input keywords and expect to immediately find answers.
How can I help you?
Ask him about something pleasant. He'll calm down, and then you can gradually bring up more important questions. That makes it easier for me to discern.
All right. I'll give it a go. Hello, Mr. Krog Hans. I'm a friend of Lola's. Does that name ring a bell?
Lola? Where did you run off to, sweetheart? Luigi's whisked you away on another of his chaotic escapades, hasn't he?
That's interesting.
Wait. I'll have to whip him into shape. I warned you about this. He can't keep dragging you into his messes.
We saw this massive bug.
Bugs! Queen Xeno is swarming the port side, and the damn particle cannon's empty! We need to prepare the escape pods. You go first!
Don't be scared, Dad. It's me, Lola. Uncle Luigi took out Queen Xeno.
Luigi's funeral is tomorrow at 3.
Uncle Luigi told me about Planet Noah before he died. He said it's got a lot of bugs.
Don't be scared, Lola, sweetheart. It's all right. Those disgusting astral hive creatures won't infest Planet Noah forever. Humanity will prevail, sooner or later.
How? It's fully infested with xenoids, and with the space-time turbulence, we can't even transform it.
We can definitely reclaim it. I even proposed a plan to Aglaia. If we can't go home, well, that plan can build you a new spring bay.
A plan? What did you propose to Aglaia?
Planet Noah could be transformed, yes, but it would require a great sacrifice, and Miss Aglaia has not yet agreed.
Agreed to what exactly? This plan? The new Project Ark?
To honor the space station AI that sacrificed itself for humanity, we will name our future habitat Planet Noah, a new glorious Ark. Building the Ark will come at a cost, but I'm willing to bear it. Please, Miss Aglaia, your mercy dooms us all.
Found it. I'll take over. He needs to rest after his mental strain. He has few relevant memories left. It seems that only residual, edited shards remain, likely for the sake of confidentiality. In short, I found a conversation he had with Aglaia. It's 3, maybe 4 years after the explosion wrecked the Ark space station. Krog Hans requested that all forces be immediately mobilized to develop and transform the nearest planet, Planet Noah. But Aglaia refused Krog's request. Lana still needed updates. The Ark space station required reconstruction, and there was no spare computing power. Krog argued that Aglaia's kindness and hesitation would get everyone killed, insisting that she agreed to the new Project Ark. He was sure it was the only way to save all surviving Kailians.
Did he really come up with the new Project Ark? Didn't he found the Icarus Legion?
The Icarus Legion formed only after Aglaia rejected the new Project Ark.
So what's the new Project Ark? How does that help transform Planet Noah?
I can't quite make it out. This memory cuts too cleanly. It must have been deliberately erased.
Let's tell Nanto about this. He's Asurata's adopted son and has met Krog Hans. After all, he might know something.
I'm just as shocked as you. Who knew the Icarus Legion's founder would turn out to have also originated the new Project Ark?
Asurata entrusted everything to you before he died. Could you have overlooked something? Maybe somewhere in the archive?
Given what you described and the new Project Ark's significance, if Apex had put it into motion, there's no way I wouldn't remember. I think this plan was purely hypothetical. and due to Aglaya's opposition, it never had the chance to be formally documented. Sarada never mentioned it to me either.
So, we're out of leads?
Aglaya has been slumbering since her body was frozen. At least, up until recently with her distress signal. In retrospect, that was exactly when Rafa was going to announce the new Project Arc. Worst case scenario, we lack intel. Obviously, that's not good. We probably don't have much time left. Meet me at this coordinate tomorrow morning at 5. Come alone. Don't let anyone, especially Lana, notice.
To conserve computational power, I've calculated a route that will let you more effectively evade Lana's surveillance with minimal resource expenditure. Not bad. Keep it up.
Hipper, you and the Hope Fleet aren't actually setting traps to catch people again, are you?
What's wrong?
Isn't that Nanto? What is he doing here? And now that you and Aster are here, can I still slip away?
I don't know. I just received General Veronica's orders and rushed over.
I came here because the General's orders said the Hope Fleet's secret operation might require Ravenport's ships.
A secret operation? They're not really planning to capture me, right?
Don't worry. These are the General's direct orders. They're different from the previous pirate clearing missions. And if Nanto is here, that means General Veronica considers him one of her own.
One of us? How is he any sort of one of us? Maybe he's one of you? There's no way I'd include myself in that.
I'm curious. What brings you here?
I came because I got a message on the Wednesday crew internal line. Only our people are supposed to use it? The captain was supposed to come herself, but as her mother, as her guardian, and as the first mate of the Wednesday crew, I'm here in her stead.
We're probably gathered now for Anchor Infinity's new project arc, huh?
I've seen the plan. No one's even breaking a sweat. And Anchor Infinity thinks it's brilliant? Please. It's still all coming from Aura Zero mining.
Rafa seems eager to get this plan rolling. It's probably got something to do with the diplomatic representative, too.
Everyone's here.
Oh, you're finally back! I was worried sick when you were captured. I didn't know whether to break you out or go live and put on a show!
I appreciate all your hard work, Linsis.
Welcome back. I'm just glad you're safe.
Speak of the devil, diplomatic representative. Were it not for your recent actions, I'm afraid we would not be in our current situation.
Thanks to General Veronica. If the Hope Fleet hadn't approved us, I would have had a way more difficult time making it out.
I got my hands on some of that booze you told me about from Odin, and the very next day, the Black Moon Gang scored a resource jackpot.
That's why they say the Gungnir never misses, right?
Thanks to these great supplies, my brother, Agnes, and the other Black Moon Gang members are gonna have no trouble at all getting through the space-time turbulence and rescuing missing folks. Agnes always says if someone helps me out, I've gotta say thanks. You not only bought me booze, but really aided the Black Moon Gang. So, thank you.
It's no problem. But next time you get supplies, don't order 20 of the same drink again. Each customer only gets one complimentary item.
But Lindsay's told me that if there's something free, you should definitely...
So it's Miss Lince's. No wonder.
What's up with you two?
Oh, you're here too? This is Nanto. He made sure my brother and I shared the same cell. We're buddies.
Ah, diplomatic representative, you're here. I was just asking Captain Helene about the dynamics of space-time turbulence. The pirates are, shall we say, more familiar with it than Anchor Infinity and the Hope Fleet.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Nanto also taught me and my brother a bunch of ways to avoid getting caught. Like using specific frequency bands to avoid being monitored, or exploiting turbulence to keep Lana from controlling the cruiser. Stuff like that.
You two seem pretty close. You said he was your friend?
Yeah, he's helped me out a few times, and we've met several times. By my brother's standards, I'd say he's a friend.
Helene? Listen, Nanto's not the type to underestimate.
Miss Helene is highly intelligent. She doesn't concern herself with a person's past or present, only with practical problem solving. The information I provide is both truthful and useful. That's what matters most. Isn't that right, diplomatic representative?
Mm-hmm. Genuine info's hard to find. Only a friend would share something so precious.
I can't believe you two get along so neatly.
Wait, even Veronica is here?
It seems everyone has arrived.
General Veronica.
At ease. I appreciate everyone making it here while staying under Lana's radar. I promise your efforts will not be in vain.
Aren't you the damn commander of the Hope Fleet? The one who threw me in Brighton prison? The top of the bounty list.
Hello, Captain Helene. I've heard quite a lot about your research into space-time turbulence, so I asked Nanto to bring you here to assist me.
Did you have Nanto slip those explosives to my brother so we could break out?
To be honest, that was Nanto's decision alone. While I was in charge of the prison, however, I did tell the guards to take it easy on you. Ease your suffering a bit.
Yeah, prison food's not bad. And the folks were real nice and talented. Other than there not being dolls and them not letting me use the dream house, there's not much wrong with it. Well, in that case, you don't seem too morally compromised. And you're pretty strong. You might just be worthy of respect.
You call me a liar every day, but suddenly she's the one worthy of respect?
I really can't tell if you're being serious. You know I'm not good at all this, and I feel like you're being confusing on purpose. To bully me or something.
Those are just stupid jokes. It's not my fault you can't tell what's serious and what isn't. When I saw Nanto arrive, I was already thinking about getting out of here. Hipper convinced me to stay. Now that General Veronica's here, it's way too late.
First Mate Linsis, don't lose heart and don't be scared. I asked Nanto to contact you and Helene because we need your help.
Nanto? How could he have contacted us? You must be mistaken, or did you take over Odin's tavern?
The underground pirate radio station at Odin's Tavern is an independent, encrypted server. Even if Anchor Infinity controls Lana, they can't control the station. Wednesday Crew, the one you're with, was originally the Icarus Legion, sponsored by Apex. I'm Asurada's foster child, and after his death, I secretly inherited the radio station.
Bullshit! You really expect me to believe that?
Linsis, I know this is hard for you to believe, but it's true. Just ask the diplomatic representative.
I didn't believe it either at first, but it's true. Scorpion proved it when I was in Brighton prison. Laurence was originally tasked by Nanto to rescue Granny Lola, but his ambition got the better of him. Her rescue mission became murder, inciting the pirates against the fleet.
I'm still not convinced.
You believe in what Granny Lola's foster father, Old Hans, said, right? He's not dead. He's been interned in Brighton prison this whole time.
It's true. Back then, the Hope Fleet and Apex worked together to save his life, then changed his identity and hid him in prison.
If he's still alive...
I understand that processing this can take time. Linsis, take however long you need. If you still refuse to trust Nanto, then you'll have to trust me instead. We are here to overthrow Anchor Infinity. If you wish to be a part of that plan, remain here. If you really object to the stance Nanto and I have taken, you can leave now. I promise you won't be hassled by anyone, and if the plan fails, you won't be held responsible.
You think you can overthrow Anchor Infinity without me? I can't back down after everything I've sunk into this. Besides, without a savvy merchant on your side, you won't stand a chance.
You're indispensable for our plans. That's why I specifically told Nanto that you must be the one to represent Wednesday Crew.
What's the plan? Spill it.
It seems everyone's in agreement, so I may now discuss Project Anchor in detail. along with each of your responsibilities within it. As you know, Anchor Infinity relies on Lana for comprehensive surveillance of all settlements not affected by space-time turbulence. Our plan is to surround and seize the Brighton Zone on Negotiation Day.
The fleet systems all depend on Lana. We won't be able to control the spaceships approaching the Brighton Zone without space-time turbulence blocking her, of which Brighton has the least.
So, our fleet will assemble on the outskirts of Brighton Prison, the only area of space-time turbulence in the Brighton Zone. There's our cover.
But even if we reach the prison perimeter, we'll still have to breach a ton of security. How are we supposed to do that?
An extra-large space rift. I quietly set up its activation anchors along Anchor Infinity's approved route in the last long-range exploration. The outermost anchor covers the wood belt.
The wood belt is both covered by overlapping space-time turbulence and spacious enough to accommodate our ships. If we've arranged our anchor points properly, travel to the Brighton Zone should be simple.
After the spaceship exits the turbulence, Lana's system takeover leaves a time window just long enough to open the space rift. If done correctly, the ship can fold through the space-time turbulence and emerge directly in the prison turbulence zone.
Opening an extra-large space rift would consume an enormous amount of zeronium. The previous commander's Project Astralis failed due to excessive energy usage, you know.
They developed this space rift tech a long while ago, but it threatened to upend Anchor's control of the Hope Fleet. That's why they decided to terminate Project Astralis early. I've been steadily acquiring sections of Ore Zero. That, plus the efficiency of the new tech, will ensure that we reach the prison's turbulence zone.
I suspected there was a big buyer for years now, but they were too slippery to track. Turns out, it was you. I thought you were just Anchor Infinity's dog, but you've got some tricks up your sleeve, huh?
Apologies, General. She's blunt. It was not her intention to offend.
Worry not. I find First Mate Linsis quite amusing. Speaking of which, I wanted to ask you. The Ore Zero I've acquired varies wildly in quality. I need you to procure a batch of high-grade ore, as well as a team of smelters.
That can be negotiated. You've got the right person.
Also, I heard that Granny Lola left her inheritance to you, including a set of Nova Path maps. And as for the intricacies of space-time turbulences, your pirates know far more than the fleet. To finalize the plan, I need you and Helene to chart 2 more routes. One as a backup, and another for safe retreat in case something goes awry.
Leave it to me. If you want to tempt fate, I can plot an extra route that skirts the space-time turbulence. Damn, I'll even run through its center. No one will even get close to catching you.
One last thing I must ask of you, Captain Helene. Your Black Moon crew is quite adept at navigating the turbulence. If anything goes wrong, we may need you to pilot the spaceship and relay messages.
That shouldn't be too big an issue. I'll need to talk with Agnes before I can tell you for sure.
Next is preparing the spaceships and personnel. Hipper, Aster, you haven't forgotten what we discussed at the Academy, have you?
Of course not. For the future of the Kailians, to explore the stars.
For hope and...
All right. No need to swear an oath. Hipper, your decision to stay at Ore Zero last time was the right one. Ore Zero supplies 45% of the Brighton Zone's zeronium. On my command, you'll cut off the zeronium supply to the Brighton Zone. This will significantly weaken Lana and facilitate our operations in Brighton.
Of course.
Aster, has Mr. Corlin read my letter?
Father said you have his full support. We're currently retrofitting 20 ships with the second-hand weapons and navigation systems you acquired. And we've confirmed they aren't under Lana's control.
Please thank him for me. His contributions will surely be rewarded.
Rest assured, General. No one in the Battle for Hope will betray you or their values.
What's this Battle for Hope exactly?
Under a pseudonym, the General sponsors Nova Aerospace Academy's outstanding students each year. After graduating, they join Battle for Hope, an officer organization loyal to only the General and Exploration.
You and Aster. You're both members?
Of course.
Those are the peripheral tasks. Hipper, you're well acquainted with Aster and Lynsis, so I'll leave the planning and execution to you. Nanto, diplomatic representative, let's discuss the rest in private. Before we finalize the remaining plans, diplomatic representative, I need to know one thing. Can you handle all this?
What do you mean?
The success of Lynsis and Hipper's tasks is dependent on seizing Lana on negotiation day. What they're discussing out there is just helping us get leverage over Lana, and giving us a hand to make sure everything wraps up smoothly. If we fail, everyone who joined Project Anchor because of me will inevitably crash and burn. Whoever controls Lana will not allow anyone to leave the Brighton Zone unscathed, and they'll erase the Hope Fleet from Kailo's history.
So, you need me to prove that we can succeed?
Don't forget, the only reason I contacted you is that you actually escaped. How well can you really deceive Lana? And how much time will that buy for my plans? This underlies every part of the plan. Understand?
You need an infallible plan.
I was honest last time. Now, it's your turn.
What's up with that droid Tom behind you?
This is the pirate radio station I used to contact Helene and Lynsis, one of Odin's Tavern's many secrets.
He's a product of Aglaya's research, yeah?
Aglaya rebuilt the space station's damaged AI, Noah, into Lana. But all Anchor Infinity's only trying to replace Tom with K6 because Tom's programming is so hard to crack. They can't even apply patches or updates without a hassle.
So it's both secure and highly confidential, right? Like how the Tom the pirate seized was only controllable because they used Aglaya's personal decoder. But I don't have anything like that. You got anything, Nem?
Well, it's not all that difficult.
This?
Hello. I am the High-Cross Dimensional Quantum Computer. You may call me Void Piercer.
Is this High-Cross's AI?
I heard your question. How can I be of assistance?
That depends on your abilities.
That depends on your plan.
If you're really that strong, why don't you just revoke Lana's root access now?
I can't. But that's not my problem. It's yours. Revoking her root access requires external keys and must be done server-side. I can only suppress her with sheer computational power. I'd be tussling with her over terminals in the Brighton Zone, like humans scrapping over turf.
Could you expel her from the entire Brighton Zone?
If needed, I could expel her for 3 hours. Her server's here after all, and I have to cross turbulence to access it. For me, smoking her out is a supply-starved war of attrition. It's a seesaw battle. 3 hours is my absolute maximum.
3 hours is enough. Once the negotiations begin, revoke all of Lana's Brighton surveillance rights. She must not be allowed to control any systems in Anchor Infinity or the Brighton Zone.
As the Minister of the Safety Navigation Department, I'm responsible for inspecting all system interfaces. We need to establish a distinct code word to determine when you've overridden Lana's control.
Purple. I like purple. Any system under my supervision will have purple UI.
Noted. Once I confirm all systems are under your control, I'll immediately alert the fleet forces Veronica prepared to advance, and open the Brighton Zone to receive them.
And as for the rest of Anchor Infinity's forces?
The Brighton Zone relies heavily on droids. If their systems are taken over by Void Piercer, they won't follow Anchor Infinity's commands. And as for the others, I'll handle them. Everyone has weaknesses. For most, they're tied to self-interest. The rest are, at the very least, scared of death. Trust me, no one in Anchor Infinity is unafraid to die.
That's simple enough. Our only remaining concern is Lana's root access. How do we get that key? And where's the server?